Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. We are going to be participating in the Virtue Safe Flying Club Mountain West Flyout this evening. We will be departing out of Jackson Hole, as will many other Virtue Safe Flying Club members, and flying, in our case, the Flying Club members can fly wherever they want, departing out of Jackson Hole. We're going to fly to an airport called Big Southern Butte. That's right. The name of the airport is legitimately Big Southern Butte. It's a dirt strip that's out in the middle of nowhere over here next to the Big Southern Butte, like the actual butte itself. I will 100% be calling it the Big Southern Butte this evening. We're also flying out of Jackson Hole, of course, which is right near the Grand Tetons, or as I like to call them, the Grand Titties. I'm flying the Beechcraft Model 18. And the windsock currently is fully erect, so we're all sorts of innuendo to start the stream tonight. And probably won't be the last time I say all of those things. So welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are ready to enjoy some great flying tonight. Weather not exactly ideal for VFR, but it is technically VFR, so we're going to go ahead and ride it out. The wind might be a factor, especially in this airplane, because right now the wind's gusting to 42. It's supposed to die down a little bit. Hopefully it will here soon. But great view to start the stream right here with the old school Beechcraft Model 18 and the little bit of the rain pouring down on the Grand Titties as we started out tonight. So welcome on in. I'm not sure if there is a briefing or not, because Brant is the one that's running the stream tonight. That's Melvin Lear on Twitch, for those of you who don't know. I don't know if there's a briefing for this one or if we're just kind of on our own here flying out. I do know that we've got some of our Virtue Safe Flying Club pals starting to kind of stroll on in into the sim here. I think we got about 6 of us already that are on the ground at Jackson Hole. 7 of us on the ground here at Jackson Hole getting ready to load up and depart on out. And we're all going to kind of be picking our own destinations here for the fly out. So again, welcome. Thanks for coming in today. I hope you enjoy the stream. We're going to get right on into it here, because the flyout starts at 8. I'm going to say right now there is no ATC currently for Salt Lake City Center or Jackson Hole or anything, so it looks like we're going to be going with that ATC, but that's fine. We'll use the CTAP frequency, and we're going to an uncontrolled field anyway. So let's go ahead and get this big girl started. We've already got, let's see, we'll go mixture full, prop full, let's see, what else do we got to do with this thing? We got to, we got the starters on the left, got oil diluters are off, we don't need those. We'll get the, get these to nav steady, okay, that's good. We don't need windshield wipers. We might, actually, it's a little bit rainy. These are going to be off. Actually, they stay retracted for now because we're not doing anything with that yet. Let's see. Over here, we've got the beacons on. We'll turn the seatbelt. We don't have any passengers. We'll turn the seatbelt sign on anyway. We'll turn the dome light on. And then, all right. So what we'll do is we'll start the. The only problem is that it's gonna start both engines at the same time because of the way my yoke is set up here, so we're just going to go ahead and start both engines at the same time. Clear left, clear right, clear prop. I'm going to start it from the outside because it's going to sound so nice. Probably would help if I turned the batteries on to start the engine, chat, though. There we go.
Hey, let's try that again. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you? Thanks for coming in today. Was there meant to be a briefing tonight or no? Senor?
Alright, there we go.
Was there meant to be a briefing this evening or no?
Yes, the briefing is just follow Mike Sonate and you'll be alright.
Oh boy. Meanwhile, I'm about to do real weather with the wind gusting to 42 in the Beechcraft Model 18 with some very marginal VFR out of Jackson Hole. So, should be fun.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? The Beech 18 is known for its crosswind stability.
Yeah, I'm sure those big vertical stabilizers on the tail don't catch the wind at all.
Right? Bob, how are you, man?
Gonna hear
Doing
some
well.
of
How are
the
you?
my fellow Virtuous Safe Flying
Doing
Club
great,
members
man.
in the Discord right
Half a
now
day
as
left,
we get
so I
set up
can't
here
complain.
for again
Good
what's
fixings,
gonna
good
be a
to see you.
very
Chandler,
interesting.
what's up? Jeff, hello. Oh, Chandler's muted. Jeff, how are you?
We can once again barely see the grand titties out there. Careful, you might have pushed a talk on the V-pilot there.
Oh, man.
Can barely see the Grand Tetons.
Yeah, and like 30 minutes ago, it was actually pretty nice here. All right, I'm going to get my stream going. Have a good flight, you guys. Thanks for flying along.
Alright, so
I hit the wrong button as my... Oops. There we go.
you're good. Alright, we've got this plane
I
started.
think I have one button. I usually use just voice. But this is... it's been a while.
Let's run this thing up here. I have no idea how to do a run up in this airplane, but I'm just gonna assume that we're gonna go to we'll go to...
I'm thinking of the V-tail Bonanza. What could possibly go wrong? I'm not a doctor.
I have no idea what they would run this up to.
No
Maybe
flaw
we'll
in
do
that
like
logic.
1700 RPM.
I mean, it is known as the doctor killer.
Check
I'm
the
not a doctor, therefore safe.
mags. Cycle the props. Seems to be doing something. I don't know how well modeled this is or not. This isn't a Sobo Carenado product combined, so I mean, usually with Carenado you get what you pay for. Which this was only $10 on sale, so I paid for, you know, I'm not mad. Let's put it that way. This is also now going to be my air show bird. I was originally going to try and do the Ford Tri-Motor, but I was having so many problems with that thing, so I've decided that this is now what I'm going to perform in to start the Virtual USA Flying Club Air Show performances this year, which again, that's on Saturday, July 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern on the Jeffrey B channel. I'll talk more about that later in the stream. So we are going to go from...
Okay, so IRL winds are now 15 gusting 25, but also skies clear. So what's all this weather?
It takes a little while for Musfuss to catch up, sadly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not going to KJAC. We're already at KJAC. I'm an idiot. We're going to Uniform 46, chat. It's Uniform 46. That is Big Southern Butte. Or as I'm going to call it all night, Big Southern Butt. And no one can stop me. No one can stop me. We're not going to go directly there, though. We're going to take off. We're going to fly southbound. I'm going to show you guys my plan here in a second on Sky Vector, once I kind of get a little bit more of the airplane here set up. As we're going to depart, we're pretty much going to fly runway heading and go down south. And then I'll explain. Let me get this heading bug set up. This airplane's a little weird. I'm going to show you what I mean eventually when we get in the air. There's like a specific thing you have to do to get the autopilot to work that I learned. So that this, you know, for $10, it's got some bugs. All right, so here we are, Jackson Hole. You can sort of kind of make out the Grand Tetons, or as I'm going to call them all night, the Grand Titties behind the wall of rain. The windsock out there is, you know, fully erect. We got a fully erect windsock, so that's good. And we're gonna do some flying with our flying out with Flying Club fans. We're not necessarily all going to the same spot. I know for sure that Brant's going to Sun Valley. I see Bozeman on there. I see Logan Cash, Utah ends on there, and then I'm going to, you know, my innuendo spot, because why not? And here's the plan. Let's go over here to Sky Vector, shall we? Alright, so we're going to take off. See, that weather's moving off. The sim's a little bit slow to kind of catch up, but it looks like it's calm, 10 and clear now. So hopefully the sim is going to catch up to this here. I'm tempted to kind of... I'm doing something off screen, chat. Alright, so hopefully this will clear up in the sim here soon, but the weather should be good now. We're going to take off. We're going to head southbound along the Snake River here towards Alpine. Then we're going to turn around and almost fly. Instead of going south, we're going to turn and fly northwestbound past the Palisades Reservoir up towards Husky around here, this area. Right around that area, we'll cut over and we'll go to Idaho Falls, and from there we'll go straight over past Atomic City over to the Big Southern Butte. And we're going to avoid for reasons of national security, pilots are requested to avoid flight at or below 6,000 MSL in this area. We're going to go ahead and avoid that to the Big Southern Butte there. And I did check earlier, the strip is modeled well enough to get us in there. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. So buckle up and get ready for my first stream in this Beechcraft Model 18. It's beautiful. It sounds good. Listen to the sound of the... hold on. I'm going to... Got the parking brake on still. Let's go ahead and... listen to the sound of those radial engines. Yeah. Yeah, we like the way that sounds, chat. We like the way that sounds. Sounds good on the inside, too. Ready? Oh, yeah. We like the way she sounds. Alright, let's make sure we got our lights. We're going to go ahead and extend the landing lights. We've got our beacon on. We've got steady nav for now. We'll turn it to flashing once we go to take off. We're good. Engine started. We do not need to operate. It does have windshield wipers, but it says not to operate on a dry windscreen. It's not raining right now, so we're not going to do that. I can't believe a plane like this would have windshield wipers, but that's, old school, baby, old school. Let's see, what else we got? I don't remember if we're supposed to take off with flaps or not in this thing. But I do know we've got all sorts of buttons that I don't quite understand. This is definitely a new airplane for me. We're going to have to learn a little bit more about this. Of course, we also have manifold heat, which we're probably not going to need. Oil shutter, we're probably also not going to need. No idea what this guy is right here. Yeah, so just kind of gonna go with the flow here. But the autopilot, I tested it earlier. This does work. The landing lights need to be in the off position for it to work, which is kind of weird. I think that's like a sim glitch. Maybe that's how the real airplane works too. I have no idea. It seems like it's a sim thing, but I know nothing about this airplane, so maybe that's actually just the way that it operates in real life. Maybe it has something to do with the electrical current or something. Who knows? But alright, we're gonna go ahead and we're on the CTAF for Jackson Hole. There is currently no ATC provided to us by Salt Lake. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and taxi out. It's going to be to runway 19er. So we got the lengthy taxi down to runway 19. So let's get that going. You can see more of the grand titties now. Starting to clear up. You can see the weather clearing up out there, especially the south where we're going. So that's good. It's starting to reflect what the real weather is. So you can see the grand titties now. The wind should be calming down. The sock's still fully wrecked, but it's a lot less windy now than it was before. So we're still good to go here. All right, let's release the park and brake here, and we'll mosey on down to runway 19er. Jackson Hole traffic, Beech, 124 Mike Charlie, taxi runway 19er. And this is a nice freeware scenery for Jackson Hole that we have installed. You're going to see we're passed by the, be nice if I maintain the center line of the tank. So we'd pass by the nice little model terminal that they made here. I've never been to Jackson Hole in real life. It's one of the few places that I wish I could have gotten to when I flew charter, but I have not, and my company does not fly there, so definitely I've never been there in real life. Wyoming is the only state in the contiguous U.S. that I've never set foot in, if you can believe that.
Jackson Hole traffic. 423 Charlie Lima is ready to taxi.
I've also not set foot in Hawaii or Alaska either, but in the contiguous, Wyoming is the only state that I have not put my feet on the ground in.
Jackson Hole traffic, 407 Romeo Whiskey, ready to taxi via Alpha 219. Jackson Hole.
So we got a good smattering of Virtue Safe Flying Club members that are getting ready to depart out. We've actually got, looks like 11 of us on the ground right now that are working our way out to the runway for departure. I'm going to Big Southern Butte. We got someone going to Sun Valley, someone going to Bozeman, someone going to Logan Cache. Looks like someone's going to HLN. I think that's Helena Regional. SMN, I have no idea what that one is. It looks like it's called Lemhi County. And another one going to Sun Valley, it looks like, as well. So yeah, good spread of Virtue Safe Flying Club members out and about for the fly out. Again, this is not a fly in, this is a fly out of Jackson Hole, and everyone's kind of picking their own destination here this evening out of Jackson Hole. No ATC, unfortunately, from Salt Lake, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure we did put a request in, but that's just kind of the nature of VATSIM is, you know, sometimes you get the ATC winning these flying car requests, sometimes you don't. Let's get a nice, yeah, you see, look at how it's clearing up for us. Just in time for departure. It's going to be coming nice and clear in VFR. Get a beautiful view of our Beechcraft Model 18 with the grand titties. Look at that shot right there. That's a great shot. It's just in the nick of time.
Jackson Hole traffic, section 395, clear of runway 19, Jackson Hole traffic.
It's beautiful, it's beautiful. We'll wait a little bit because it was a jet that departed in front of us. We'll give it a couple minutes and then we'll depart and we'll start on our route towards the south initially and then make our way up to the Big Southern Butte. That's a great shot right there. Alright, I think we're ready. It's time to go flying. Jackson Hole traffic, Beech 124 Mike Charlie, departing off of runway 19er to the south, Jackson Hole. Like I said, look at the weather cleared up perfectly.
Deafening.
Really, I'm loud, huh?
Yeah.
Jackson Hole traffic, Bonanza 905 Foxtrot Mike, taxi runway 19 via Alpha, Jackson Hole.
Radio check.
That sounds good.
Thanks. Alright. It's time to go flying, chat. Let's go ahead and turn these on to flashing. And we're out. I haven't figured out yet what that horn is for when we get up onto the step here, but I don't know if it's a stall horn, but it's built in. But we're up and away. We got a positive way we can put the gear up, and yes, this gear does retract on this thing. We need a little bit of up trim. And we're up and away on our adventure to the Great Southern Butt. We're going to climb up to 10,500 feet for this one. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull my prop back here. And the manifold. I think about 3,000 is what we want for climb speed here. I want to keep the prop out of the yellow, so right about there. I think that's... I know nothing about this airplane, but I'm just going to play it safe with the settings, and I think those will be perfectly good settings for us to climb out here. Jackson Hole traffic, Beech 124 Mike Charlie is parting the area to the south. Jackson Hole. Yeah, we'll climb up to 10.5. We're going to retract the landing lights and then turn them off, because that's the only way we can get the autopilot to work.
423 Charlie Lima. Departing runway 19.
Look at how beautiful this thing is.
Jackson Hole.
Look at that. Weather cleared up nicely for us. We get a nice, great view of the Grand Titties as we depart out of Jackson Hole in our beautiful Beech Model 18. Look, there's the shot right there. That's the shot that we want.
And Jacksonville traffic.
Beautiful.
Cessna Caravan over number 1 to Foxtrot. Is the Cessna Caravan. I'm at
beautiful stuff.
South End FBO. We'll be taxiing the runway 19er via Alpha. Jacksonville.
So it should now hold heading and pitch if I do this like this, which it did not do. All right. Alright, now I think we got it. Okay. So now we've got this. It should fly a heading now, right? Is it going to turn? Yeah, okay, yep, I think we got it going here. And now we can control it with the autopilot. We can pitch up and down, and then eventually we can hold the altitude. So we'll pitch up. Actually, on a heading, I guess. Won't hold pitch on heading. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Oh, we're pitched too high now. Let's go down. I have not fully figured out this autopilot yet on this thing. But anyways, we wanted to go up to 10.5, and we're pretty much right there at 10.5, so we're going to hold altitude now.
Jackson Hole traffic.
And we should then be able to hold heading. I don't know if roll has to be on or not. I guess roll has to be on as well. So it should be holding 10.5 now. And it should be able to follow a heading.
Mountains are looking beautiful tonight.
And then we're going to fly. I got to turn a little bit more towards the left here because we're going to stay in this valley towards Alpine. There we go. Again, if I show you guys my kind of flight plan here, we should be flying pretty much on a 160-ish heading down here towards Hoback Junction and then up and around the Snake River towards Alpine, towards Palisades Reservoir that way. So that's kind of what we're doing now.
Jackson Hole traffic, and at the notice of Pepper Mike turning the left crosswind 19 Jackson Hole.
So we're kind of following down over here. So we want to be a little bit more to the left, it looks like. And again, let's see, cruiser-wise, I'm not sure what the normal RPM setting would be for this thing in cruise. I'm going to pull it back to like there, and this seems like a perfectly good setting for this airplane right there. It looks like we do need to adjust the
traffic. Bonanza, notice your 5 actual Mike turning up downwind, departing to the north. Jackson Hole.
And Jacksonville traffic,
the oil temp's a little low.
Is going to be departing runway 19er. I'm going to leave the pattern in the crosswind, and then I'm going to be IFR down to the south, Jacksonville.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have this closed or open, to be honest with you.
Jacksonville traffic clear, jet, November 1181.
You see, we got a couple of the temps here that are in the yellow.
Jacksonville traffic clear, jet.
Yeah, it looks like that's got to be closed. That puts this into the green here. And also maybe these need to maybe come down. That'll might be help us here. I mean, it looks like everything's in the green. We're doing about $140 indicated. Let's see, if I close these all the way, what is that going to do to us here? Doesn't look like it did much of anything in terms of our temps.
And Jacksonville traffic.
So I think we're good.
1 Hotel Foxtrot, turning left, crosswind, runway 19er, Jackson.
Chat is very quiet tonight. Are you guys there? Hello? Thanks for coming in today. Very, very quiet chat to start this evening. I'm not sure this is really doing anything. Everything appears to be. We gotta, you know, I didn't leave the mixture out. Let's leave the mixture out here.
And Jacksonville traffic,
looks like it should be right there.
Is leaving the pattern in the crosswind, runway 19er, last call, Jacksonville.
Let's look at our, let's see, we got vertical speed. Where's our fuel gauges here? Fuel in pounds, square inch, where's the actual fuel itself?
Traffic, aircraft in the run-up area. Are you ready to
oh, there's let's see, air temperature. Rudder trim. Where are my fuel gauges? Oh, there's a fuel gauge. Okay, there you can see where the fuel's at. Okay, so it's for each individual little tank. Okay, that's cool. Nice.
Jackson Hole traffic.
Anyways, let's refocus here because I'm pretty sure I need to be turning to the right. I think I overflew. Yeah, I want to be going that way. So I overflew what I was supposed to fly. So we're going to go ahead and loop to the right because I got distracted being inside the airplane. And now we're going to go ahead and get back on course since I flew a little bit too far to the south. Is there anybody in chat? You guys are very quiet tonight. Is my chat bug not working? Yeah, so we need to get back down this valley here. We'll stop the turn. Don't need to be that aggressive. We're going to follow this valley. This is going to take us out towards the Palisades Reservoir, and then from there we'll actually start going and working our way back a little bit northwest. Really did clear up nicely from CapDoc68. Thanks for coming in today. We're flying on VATSIM, my friend. We are on the VATSIM network doing this virtual USA Flying Club event in the Beechcraft Model 18. I have no idea what actual server I'm on for MSFS. But this is the VATSIM network that we're connected to. You can hear other people still talking on the Jackson Hole CTAF. I haven't switched off yet. We're in the vicinity of the Grand Tetons, or as I call them, the Grand Titties. And we're actually coming up to the Palisades Reservoir here. That's just a great shot right there. Classic aviation in the mountains. I'm going to end up taking, and you're going to see my screen pause for a second as I take some screenshots here. I'm going to be taking way too many screenshots tonight because this thing is a thing of beauty. So I apologize for that. I mean, this is just classic aviation through and through right there. Why are my cylinder temps getting cold? How do I increase... Maybe I need to go a little bit faster then, if my cylinder head temps are getting this cold here. It's like I said, I don't know too much about this airplane. My oil temps are a little bit in the yellow here. We're in the green there. I don't know enough about this airplane to get the cylinder temps. Maybe I have to close... I'm going to try closing these and see what that does. See if that helps me any. And we also need to keep flying and make sure we stay in this valley here to the Palisades Reservoir. Very majestic. I get distracted by going outside. I gotta see if I can... How do I get the cylinder temperature to go back into the green? Maybe I have to increase the RPM back up. Let's see what that does. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Oil dilution. Can't use those. Don't need the pitot heat. Let's see. What happens if I turn the pitot heat on? Is that going to increase things? Maybe I do need the pitot heat on. I don't think that's going to do anything. I think I'm dumb. Maybe I need to lean the mixture more? Let's see. I'll lean the mixture more, see what we get. It says max 1000. Or max 1650, it looks like. So yeah, maybe I just need to lean. Maybe I'm too rich.
Some traffic, Airbus 1812, find about 19, just now.
There's the Palisade Reservoir. And that's the Alpine Airport right down there, which we do have a scenery for from past event. But we're not going to land there. We're going to go ahead and do a nice sweeping right turn now to go towards the northwest. Yeah, I have no idea how to get the cylinder head temps to go up. Oh, okay, I got, let's see, no, still in the yellow, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to work, those things. My lack of knowledge of this airplane is definitely showing.
Just some traffic, Airbus 1812, taking off 19, just now.
Definitely don't need to bypass the oil because it's running cold, not hot. Alright, we're just going to keep on flying in the meantime. And taking a look at the... Mustafa, thanks for coming in today. Lean the mixture. Yeah, so I did lean the mixture. I got it leaned out as much as I can. To the point where, like I said, I'm probably lean of peak at this point. And I'm not sure what to do with the RPM management that I'm doing. I'm not sure if I'm good on the manifold or if I should be at a lower or higher setting. Does it have cowl flaps? So it has manifold heat, which I have on, and it has the oil shutter, which I closed because that actually, turning that off, put this into the green here where it was in the yellow. I haven't figured out this guy or this yet. And I can't really find anything else that would work to do those things. This doesn't work. I don't know what this does.
Airbus 1812, clear off 19, just now.
Oh, no. I think I just accidentally adjusted the mixture by accident there. Yep, let's put it back. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure how to get this back into the green because it's getting lower. Maybe if I put the prop up more, or does the prop need to be less? I feel like I'm flying way too high of a setting on the RPM and on the manifold, but I'm not sure really what to do with this. But we're going to take a look at the scenery real quick. Also, I think I accidentally put my flaps down. That's not going to help us at all. Passing through the Palisade Reservoir here. You got the Grand Titties back over there. We got a lot of innuendo for this flight tonight, Moose. We took off out of Jackson Hole, which is right near the Grand Tetons, or as I call them, the Grand Titties. The windsock at Jackson Hole was fully erect when we took off, and we're flying to an airport called Big Southern Butte, which naturally is Big Southern Butt. So plenty of innuendo for the stream tonight. As long as the plane keeps working, because I have no idea why I can't get the cylinder temps to go up. But otherwise, we're doing great. So it's the great kind of, you got a nice innuendo-y stream here tonight. I don't know what happened, but now all of a sudden I can't change this oil shutter. Somehow I broke that. So now this temperature is back in the yellow when I wanted it in the green. I don't know how to fix that now. Oh, there we go. I had it for a second. Get back there. Oh boy. Alright. There we go. Want that closed. Maybe this one. There's two of them. Okay, that puts that in the green now. That answers that question. Still haven't figured out why I can get the cylinder head temps to, and we gotta turn. We gotta follow this road here to the north, a little bit more west there. So we're gonna make a little bit of a turn here. So I've got those figured out. I haven't figured this guy out yet, but I really don't know what else to do. That's the prop. Manifold heat. I mean, I can try putting them back up and see what it does. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a turn now directly towards like Idaho Falls, which looks like on our map it's gonna be about a roughly definitely have a crosswind here. Point it in this general direction for now. Yeah, that's made no difference, it looks like. I still think these are supposed to be closed. Yeah, I'm at a loss for that one particular thing. See if I can Google it real quick. At higher altitudes, yeah, it's got maybe. Oh, it does have cow flaps. I've been looking right at them this whole time.
Jackson Hole traffic, Warrior 0 Echo Foxtrot, taxi runway 19 via Alpha, Jackson Hole.
Maybe now that'll solve the problem. They were right there in front of me the whole time. Go figure. What else is new? Well, that should... I don't know why I'm like glitched all of a sudden here. That should hopefully solve the problem. I think we found our culprit. Alright, so we got this airplane all figured out now. Everything is coming up and into the green. Now that we finally figured out how to close the cowl flaps. Alright. So I gotta remember that the cowl flaps are staring me right in the face right here. And look at that. Sure enough, as soon as I mess around with that, they're right in the green. Because now I could probably go back to that lower prop RPM and manifold pressure setting that I had initially. That's probably more appropriate. The mixture is correctly leaned out. Alright. Look at that. Problem solving has occurred. And we will survive to fly another day. And now we can spend more time looking at this beautiful airplane. It just sounds so good. Big burbly radial engine.
Radio check. Bridge 505.
Loud and clear.
Alright, so we're going to go to the CTAF frequency. Let's see what the CTAF frequency is. There even is one for Big South, but there is. It's 122.9, so I just did my little cheatsy doodle and set it over on VPilot over here. You can see my frequency is set 22.9. Sweet. So we're tuned to the Big South Butt CTAF frequency. And if we were to fly direct, and we're about 26 minutes out, which we probably will make a turn directly towards Big South Butt here in a second. But I'm still going to continue flying over Idaho Falls, excuse me, to stick kind of towards what my flight plan was. Which I'm doing an okay job of maintaining my flight plan. I went doing some of this troubleshooting. I flew past a couple of my points, but the GPS kind of helped keeping me on track here tonight. Oh, my mixture got messed with? No, it didn't. The cowl flaps made things change. So let me get back to Lena Peak here. Okay, that's back to Lena Peak. We're looking good. The autopilot's working like it's supposed to, even though it's old school autopilot. The airplane is seems to be pretty happy now that I got it all figured out. That I found out there's 2 levels for the oiler, and I found the cowl flaps and all that. So now, look at that. In the green, 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 in the green. Everything is in the green. Just the way nature intended. Once again, this is the airplane now that I'll be performing in for the Virtue Safe Flying Club Air Show. I gotta start making, I'm gonna do that right now. I'll get the Stream Labs broadcast message. Like, I have it put up my YouTube channel and the Virtue Safe Flying Club link. I'm gonna start putting up a message, I think, for the Virtue Safe Flying Club Air Show. We're gonna get that going. Let's, how do I gotta remember how to do all that. Let's see. Timers, there we go. Let's add timer. Air show. The 3rd annual virtual USA Flying Club Air Show takes place on Saturday, July 12th on the Jeffrey B. Twitch channel. And then I gotta get a link for Jeffrey's stream. I'm doing this all off screen. I apologize. You guys can... Here, keep looking at Pretty Airplane while I do this chat. And now I also want to make that a command. Again, I'm talking to myself while I'm doing things off stream, so bear with me. I apologize. Air show. Okay, I wonder now that I'm just using the CloudBot Streamlabs. Let's see, if I type air show, it worked. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Yes, so the 3rd annual Virtuous Safe Flying Club Air Show takes place on Saturday, July 12th, 1 p.m. I guess I should put the time in there, huh? I just said Saturday, July 12th. Let me go and edit so it has the time in there. That'd probably be smart. And we're gonna go ahead. This is Idaho Falls that we're about to fly over here. Switch to streamer.bot. It's so much better. If I was a more consistent streamer, I would probably look into it, because I stream so little now. I don't really have the desire to take the time to be honest with you, and I know that's not exactly helping my own cause in terms of getting subs or whatever for when I do stream, but I don't stream as often as I used to, obviously because of my work schedule being completely erratic, so I can't have like a set schedule, and also, you know, I kind of just stream when I'm in the mood to stream, and you know, I don't put, you know, and I'm being honest with you guys that are watching me, and I apologize if this hurts anyone's feelings, but I don't put a ton of effort into it. I kind of just here to hang out, have a good time, show off, you know, when I'm controlling, or show off my airplanes that I've got in the sim, just hang out with you guys and chat, and I'm not really trying to turn it into a big, definitely not a big streamer by any stretch of the imagination. But I appreciate you looking out for me, Moose, I do. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Expo. I did sign up for your karaoke event that you're doing with Slant Alpha. I will be there to watch. I will not be singing. If I sing, people's ears will bleed. And that's the last thing we need during an event like that, so. Let's just leave it at that. This thing just sounds so good. Alright, we're set. Everything's still keeping itself in the green. Very good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to everything about Expo and being there for the first time I'm going to Flight Sim Expo. And of course, I'll be running a booth for the Virtuous Safe Flying Club at Expo. I'll be in the VATSIM section doing that. That's where I'll be spending most of my time, but of course I'll obviously... Oh, it's got a little safe feather, little buttons there. Neat. I can only imagine what those do. Yeah, first time, and I'm running a booth. I actually just got some Virtuous Safe Flying Club little pins. I'm not going to be able to... my webcam's not going to show it to you well enough, but I also have some little mini Virtuous Safe Flying Club stickers. I might be able to show you the stickers. Let's see. Yeah, so I got a whole bunch of, there we go, stickers that I'm going to give away and things like that at the club booth if you want to stop by. You technically are a member of the Virtuous Safe Flying Club, Moose, even though you don't really, you're not the only one who doesn't participate too much, so don't feel bad. And it is come and glow as you please kind of a club, so don't, again. But, yes, you are technically involved, but we're going to be trying to recruit, obviously, new VATSIM members to join the club while we're at Expo. I know time-wise all the events don't always work out necessarily with your schedule, and I understand that. Anyways, yeah, first time at Expo, I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's give you a nice big view of Idaho Falls. And we're now just tracking pretty much directly to our destination, which is the Big Southern Butte. And it says we should be there in about 20-ish minutes. We're only doing a $138 across the ground, so we definitely have a headwind. So we're doing 145 indicated. Probably much higher than that on the true. So definitely a decent headwind that we're facing right now, going over to the west here. Again, we got a whole smattering of flying club members that departed out of Jackson Hole. You can see we've got, yeah, like I said, a whole smattering. You can see all the lines kind of branching out for the fly out. This was the Mountain West fly out, so everyone was flying out of Jackson Hole to wherever they wanted versus the typical fly ins that we do. It's nice to, glad Brant kind of did this fly out, change it up a little bit. I believe Brant's streaming on the Melvin Leroy channel as well. If you want to go take a peek at him. He's flying Learjet over to Sun Valley. I think he's going to be getting pretty close over there. Might go pop my head into his stream real quick while we still got 18 minutes of kind of cruisy-roozy over here.
Installed a couple things, flights, and all credit.
Again, if you don't already, make sure you follow the Melvin Leroy channel on Twitch. One of my admin of the Virtue Safe Flying Club, Brant Nyberg. He's the one that's hosting this event tonight, technically. Giving me a break from hosting. You see all my tabs that I have open up. I don't know why I still have the Kennedy OSP still open. That's funny. Great streamer. He's got voice for radio is the way I describe it. He's got a great voice. Great streaming voice. Kind of voice you could fall asleep to in a good way. So make sure if you don't already follow him to check him out. Obviously, Mustafa has a fantastic voice as well. For those who don't know, Moose. Great singing voice. Always enjoy when he does his karaoke streams. I do not have a voice for streaming radio. Anything, really. I'm not a big fan of my voice. Definitely can't sing. I know that for a fact. Slant Alpha Ventures also has a very good radio / streaming voice. There's a lot of good ones out there. I'm not one of them when it comes to streaming voices. You know, I'm okay with being honest with myself about that. I'm more about like I said, just hanging out, flying these birds, showing off what little pilot skills I have, and especially doing the ATC stuff, showing off my virtual ATC skills over at Kennedy from time to time. Getting a little hazy out here. Give you guys a little wing / engine view here. This thing is beautiful. And again, this is a combination Asobo Carenado aircraft, so you knew it would look good. Carenado products, you know what you're going to get with a Carenado product. You're going to get an airplane that looks good, it functions well, it's not going to be 100% realistic, not all the buttons are going to work, but it functions and it looks great. And in this case, at least it looks like, you know, kind of sort of most of the systems work the way that they should. So that's always kind of a bonus as well. But Carinado aircraft, they always look good. And this is obviously no exception to that rule. This thing looks damn good. Top to bottom, up, down, left, right, doesn't matter which way you slice it, this thing looks good. "15 minutes out, we should probably look what altitude. Oh, I didn't mean to close out the sky vector window. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do, chat. Big Southern Butt is at 5,073 feet. We're currently at 10,500 feet, so we gotta lose about 4,500 feet to get to field level. So about 3,500 feet. My math is mathing. Let's see, 10.5. No, we need to lose 5,500 feet. That's better math to get down. So we need to lose about 4,500 feet to get to traffic pattern altitude for the Big Southern Butt. And we're going to be doing a left downwind entry to runway 19er. Big radial engines making some noise. Plenty of streamers on the board tonight. We got Brant is streaming, Eric Flight is streaming, Stu is streaming. He's doing a TPC flying though. Boo. Sim Caesar streaming. Always love Sim Caesar. He's got to be one of the most entertaining flight sim streamers on Twitch. The way he presents his streams is world class. A few others that are on the board that I'm seeing there, but again, I feel like when I stream, I'm more of just a promoter of other streamers and of the flying club. I think that's another big reason why I do the streams that I do from time to time, and that's more what I'm here for. I'm more here to build the flying club, promote the aviation community, the flight sim community, and, you know, enjoy your guys' company from time to time when I'm in the mood. No Sarah tonight. She's out with coworkers, so I am also enjoying some apartment by myself time tonight. And there's also no Mets game on tonight to distract me from the flying. It's kind of like a win-win. I feel like I might have accidentally hit this button. Whoops. I gotta be careful. Nothing happened, but it sounded like I accidentally hit that button. Gotta be careful with that. Oh, look at this. You got a little fuel flow valve. Shows you, I guess, how much time they have left on the fuel. About 4 hours. That's kind of neat. I don't know how to use that thing, but I'll have to figure that out at some point. There's a lot going on with this airplane that I like. I'm gonna have to learn how to fly this thing a little bit more. Pretty cool stuff. About 10 minutes to go. Like I said, we need to lose about 4,500 feet for traffic pattern altitude. So eventually I'm going to have to get this off of altitude and onto pitch. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that carefully. See if I can manage to pull that off with the autopilot on. We'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there. We do have this one guy to kind of be careful of. Actually, that guy might be the Big Southern Butte, actually. The actual Big Southern Butte. And I think the airfield is just to the north and slightly west. So right around here is probably going to be where the airfield is. And that's actually the actual Big Southern Butte right there. Big Southern Butte right there. So, kind of hard to miss where we're going now that we know exactly what that is out there. We are going to be flying over Atomic City here. I believe fairly soon. I think right around here is Atomic City, just beyond this one. You got these two mountains right here. I'm looking at a sectional, and then right around here is Atomic City. So we'll keep an eye out for that as we get a little bit closer here down the line. Yeah, because I think that's their. This is the Midway. This is the Midway Airport, I think, right now off our nose. Is that? There's a little grass strip here. I think that's Midway. Uniform 37. And then Atomic City should be just in that area there. Yeah, right off the nose somewhere we should see it. Coming up here soon. Looks like there was 13 departures, all flying club, out of the Jackson Hole Airport tonight. So I think we'll have a nice attendance of 13. It sounds like this evening. At least that's what it's looking like. Not bad. Not bad for a Thursday night for the flying club. So again, somewhere coming up here should be Atomic City. I don't know if there's much to see in MSFS. I just see on the chart that it's marked. I don't necessarily know exactly. Like, I think it's right here. We'll see what kind of shows up in the sim when we get a little bit closer, when it renders a little better. And you know what? We're also going to descend a little bit as we're getting closer here. So I'm going to try and see now. We're going to pitch it down. I'm going to be very careful now. I want to do about... yeah, about a 700 foot per minute descent. So that looks like a good pitch. We're going to increase the RPM a little bit to kind of help with our speed. I think the manifold is fine. We can dump it a little bit, but I don't think we're not picking up too much speed, so I don't think we have to be too crazy with that. Keep an eye on our temps to see when we're going to have to pull the cow flaps. Everything else is still in the green. We are going to increase our mixture just a little bit here for the descent. We'll go a little bit more rich of peak versus lean of peak. Alright, there's Atomic City, I think, right below us. Again, there doesn't appear to be much to it. I'm sure there's some... With a name like Atomic City, I'm sure there's some kind of historical significance. And I'm sure I can't tell you what it is, but there it is. I mean, it's right there. At any rate, we're going to pull the manifold back here. Let's see, we're speeding up a little bit more than I'd like. Again, we're descending down to about 6,500 feet, or I'm sorry, about 6,100 feet. 6,100 feet for the traffic pattern altitude. About 10 miles out, we'll make a call. Big Southern Butte traffic, Beech 124 Mike Charlie, 10 miles to the east. Gonna enter a left down for runway 19. Big Southern Butte. Be professional on this, the frequency, even though I want to say but. I want to say but I'm not going to say but. I'm going to stay professional on the frequency. And that is the Big Southern Butte right there. So the airport, again, should be right off our nose here, about 7 miles. It's a dirt strip, so it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to see, so I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled. There is a chance of me accidentally flying over it, but I'm going to try and have the GPS help me out here a little bit to make sure that I don't accidentally go through it here. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and take the autopilot completely off here, because then I'm also going to extend the landing lights. We're going to hand fly the rest of the way. If you guys want to, if anyone's still listening in the chat, if you want to put a landing rate guess in, I do have Volante running if you guys want to throw it in there. You got about 3 minutes worth of time before we're on the ground here. For anyone that's still lurking. So it'll only be my third landing in this thing since I got it, so I'm not expecting... my expectations are pretty low. That kind of sways your decision in any way, shape, or form. So it should be out here somewhere. It's only 5 miles away. Yeah, this is probably going to be a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to need the GPS to kind of help me out here. It's just going to be a flat little dirt strip somewhere off the nose in about 4 miles. And it's a 1-9, so it's going to be slightly kind of angled towards us. I think maybe this is the end of part of it right here, so like right along here, that might be it. Let's see. We'll level off right here. 6,100 feet. We're gonna start slowing ourselves down here. Only 3 miles out. Let's cut back a little bit here. We'll get the gear to come down. We'll do the first notch of flaps. A little too much up trim. So it's a little bit further than I thought. It's only 2 miles, though. It should be out here somewhere in front of us. Again, not the easiest thing to see, obviously. I'm getting a little slow. You know what? I think it's right here, because I remember this building being a part of it. I think that's the end of it right there. Yeah, okay, so I got it now. We've got it in sight. Big Southern Butte traffic. Beech Model 18 is going to be entering the left downwind for runway 19er. Big Southern Butte. So we're going to kind of do, you can see it coming to view now. It's going to be more of a, not going to be the most appropriate downwind entry I've ever done, but we're going to kind of loop it here to the right and join the downwind. It's going to be almost more of like a quick downwind and then a base and then a final turn. Big Southern Butte traffic. Beech Model 18 is left downwind to left base for runway 19er. Big Southern Butte. So yeah, not exactly a clean downwind there. We'll just go ahead and turn the base. I got the flaps all the way to full here to kind of help me out. I think I've lost sight of it completely at this point now. Let me try not to stall this airplane out. There it is. Oh, that kind of worked out. Big Southern Butte traffic, Beech Model 18 is on short final for runway 19, Big Southern Butte. Could have been better, but not the worst. We ended up finding it. We didn't crash out. See if we can get a good landing out of this at least. Definitely a crosswind from the right. Pretty significant one. There's a stall horn. And there's a bounce. And another bounce. Okay, we made it. We made it. Wasn't pretty, but we're on the ground. Big Southern butt. And I don't think I'm even on the actual runway now that I'm looking at it. Oh no, this is the runway. This is the marker. We're on the runway. Yep, no, we're good. Excellent. And then we got a little spot we can park up over here. Look at that. And I'm almost thinking there maybe should be like a building here that's not modeled correctly in the sim, and like a little, looks like a little silo or something. So again, there's no actual scenery for this. This is just whatever default MSFS has. They came close, I guess. It looks like there might actually be more to this. We're going to take a look at this on Google Maps, I think, at some point here in a second. Just out of curiosity now. I think, let's see. There's the Big Southern Butte right there. Let me do a couple things first. I need to open the cowl flaps. I need to set the parking brake. I need to turn these guys. This one is stubborn. Alright, and we're going to shut this thing down, so I'll kill the mixture. We'll track those, beacon off, and we'll go ahead and turn the ignition off, avionics off, battery mass switches off. We made it. Alright, there's the Big Southern Butte, and that's actually a pretty cool shot there with the mountains in the distance and our plane just kind of sitting in the breeze here. See, that's a good angle right there. I like that. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take a little screenshot of that. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. That's the stuff right there, chat. Little screenshot of that. I'm like I said, I gotta put my information for the flying club, so let me do that real quick. Give me 1 second, chat. And we landed about, what are we, 0112 Zulu. So we'll put their attendance in there. Very good. So now I'm going to Google Big Southern Butte Airport. Big Southern Butte Airport. See if we can get some images of the Big Southern Butte Airport. Just gives me Butte, Montana. I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Big Southern Butte Airport. Are there any pictures? Looks like that's an old picture. If we just go to Google Maps, let's see. Layers, satellite. You know, and I'm not seeing any buildings or anything on the Google Maps satellite imagery here, so that might be the old, because if there's a new one and an old one, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, chat, but I'm looking all that off screen. I can't find it, so here's some images, though, of the actual Big Southern Butte, though. Apparently, there's hang gliders. Look at that. Oh, that is nice. That too. Okay, so that's the actual Butte in real life. So that's pretty nice. And then of course we have in the sim, that's what it looks like in the sim. So looking good. McFly Avi, thanks for coming in today. Bit late to the event, but I'm loading in now. Very good. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so we've made it to our destination. So again, for all the innuendo that's anyone may have missed to start the stream, we started out in Jackson Hole, which is near the Grand Tetons, or as I like to call them, the Grand Titties. The windsock at Jackson Hole when we took off was fully erect, and we just landed in Big Southern Butte. So, instead of Big Southern Butte. So, yeah, a lot of innuendo tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. And then, again, we're on a Beech Model 18. This is a beautiful looking airplane. Functions pretty well once I figured out how everything works. Was only $10 on the marketplace. It's a combination Sobo Carenado. And, again, it's Carenado product, so you know what you're going to get. It's always going to be of good quality. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but it's always going to look good and it's going to fly. And this one flew. I didn't break it. So, yeah. I think it was well worth the $10. This is also, again, like I said, going to be now what I fly. I've decided to fly this instead of the Ford Tri-Motor for the air show. Speaking of the air show, that is on Saturday, July 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the Jeffrey B. Twitch channel. If you don't already follow his channel, make sure you do so you can watch the show on July 12th. That's a Saturday. I will be performing in this Beech 1800 that you see right here. Also, if you're not already a member of the Virtuous Safe Flying Club, we'd love for you to get involved. This is a flying club event that we did tonight. This was the Mountain West Flyout. We do about 4 or 5 general aviation events every month. You do need to be a VATSIM member to join the club, but if you are a VATSIM member and you're interested in joining us for some general aviation action, we'd love to have you join the Virtuous Safe Flying Club. I'm sure there's plenty of people in the chat that can vouch for the club. So that's the image, I think, that I'm going to leave you guys on right now. Let's see. I want to see where Mr. Leroy's at in his flight. Looks like he's getting pretty close to Sun Valley, or did he take back off out of Sun Valley? He looks like he took back off out of Sun Valley. So he already went to Sun Valley. Looks like he's taking off and going back to Jackson Hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hand you guys over to Brant. Again, this is his show tonight. This was his stream, as it were. So we'll hand you guys off to him. Say hello to him. Good streamer, good dude. You can hear him in the background while I set this up. And thanks for coming in today. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Start raid. I'm working on it, chat. I'm working on it, guys. It's happening. Things are happening. A few more seconds. Have a good night, everybody.